Hey guys, Jarek and Komodo here, going to be doing some more of the Trials Fusion Beta. This time we're going to be doing the Cactus Challenge. That's literally the name of this this chapter.
I already don't like it.
What do you have against cactuses?
They're cacti. And yes, the proper term for multiple cacti is cacti asshead.
Cacti asshead?
Yes, cacti asshead.
Ours is cactus cousin? Anyway, this is just the desert chapter, which is actually pretty good looking.
How do you make a desert look good?
There are some deserts that legitimately do look good. Like, Highland Desert isn't like dunes and everything, it's Highland Desert. I mean, Eastern Oregon is pretty interesting looking.
I don't know what Highland Desert is.
Maybe it's because I've lived in a rainforest my whole life, so desert is like... I don't want to say new to me, because I've also been in the desert plenty, but it's different. So, you know, I guess it's all perspective. Anyway, talking about Trials Fusion, as you can see, we're using an ATV.
Which is new to the series, yes?
Well, with the exception of people making some stuff in the map editor, yes.
Okay.
And this, it does feel actually different than the motorcycle. I mean, the same core elements of gameplay exist.
It's gotta be heavier though, no?
Yes, it's a lot heavier, it's harder to flip around, but it's four-wheel drive instead of two-wheel drive, and it's a lot easier to, like, go up walls. Yeah, spider ATV. It's a lot easier to go up steeper hills. And overall, it's just kind of easier to control, and I prefer it. But it definitely doesn't seem to go quite as far, even though it seems to be able to go faster.
Which is a little weird. I'd think it wouldn't be faster because it's heavier.
I might just be crazy by saying that. It might just be because it's heavier and you're lower to the ground.
This level's called Stormtrooper.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit, so maybe it's just called Storm or Trooper.
A little bit Stormtrooper.
But yeah, this ATV, the biggest difference really is the fact that it is four-wheel drive instead of, well, one-wheel drive.
Holy cow, you got high there. I'm sorry.
Anywho. So yeah, it's, I'm actually kind of curious to see if they have other things other than just motorcycles and ATVs now. Because if they have motorcycles and ATVs and they had a regular bicycle in Trials Evolution, they had a BMX bike.
You know it would be hilarious? If they had like a joke vehicle and you just like show up in a Power Wheel.
They should entirely make a Trials Fusion ripoff of Power Wheels. I would totally play the shit out of that. That's just like if Duty Calls became a full game. I would so buy that for $60. I don't even care. That's like it. I would totally buy that in the same premise that I bought Goat Simulator. Fucking worth it.
Yeah, I would.
If you still have not got that, you still need to get that game.
Oh my god, I will. Trying to get my priorities straight.
Okay, I gotta talk about that for a little bit actually, because and Sandstorm incoming.
What?
That's one strong sandstorm. I gotta talk about Goat Simulator a little bit. So that game is hilarious, and let's go ahead and talk about how it started. It originally started by the developers of Sanctum basically playing around with the new physics engine that they got, and they released a video of what became Goat Simulator, and they had no intentions of releasing this. It was just kind of like a silly, funny video. They thought it was funny, so they uploaded it as a joke, and people were like, hey, we want this. Make this a real thing. Like, please. So they made it a real thing, and now people are like, this isn't worth money. This should be free. This is stupid. Why is this? This is totally a cash grab. Like, seriously, people, shut up and have fun.
Now, see, this is part of what's wrong with gamers nowadays, because it's like
they're entitled to shit.
Yes, they're like, hey.
Also, I gotta interrupt you real quick. I didn't cut this out because impaled.
Oh my god. Good one.
And this whole level is actually pretty interesting how they mess with the camera, and see, this is what really gives me faith in the map editor, because if the developers are already doing stuff like this, I guarantee you people are going to be doing way crazier things than this in the map editor.
I like it.
It's pretty interesting, and the best thing about it is, yeah, it takes a little bit to adjust, but for the most part it's pretty easy to do still, despite the different camera angle. Although when you're falling and you have no idea where platforms are below you, it becomes a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that's part of the challenge there. Anywho, as I was saying, it feels like a lot of gamers, they like demand something and then for some odd reason go ahead and instantly hate the thing they just demanded.
Yeah, I don't... what I really don't understand about the whole outcry about Goat Simulator, if you think it's not worth the money,
don't buy it!
Yeah, then stop bitching and don't complain.
I'm sorry, I yelled a little bit there because it's common sense, but unfortunately that's not as common as I would like it to be.
Also, something to point out about Trials Fusion, there are 2 different narrators in this game. Like I said before, one of them is the voice of... what's her name?
Dr. Darwin.
Yes. From Blood Dragon. The other one's some random... They're both supposed to be AI, pretty much. Other one is some random dude that I don't remember his name, but... Yeah, they're both... They'll say, quote-unquote, funny lines. Sometimes they may not make me laugh, but they're executed well enough to where they don't make me cringe either. But sometimes they do legitimately make me laugh, like at the end of that last one, and I don't remember the actual name they used. I'm just going to say Seth. That's not the actual name, but let's just go with it. They said, Seth was the first person to explore here. Well, that was a long time ago. He's dead now. And that's all he really said. And it's like the whole game is filled with these, like, corny lines that just shouldn't be funny, but they really are. Like, the sense of humor is really, dumb. I have no better way to explain it. So it is pretty funny that they would throw that in. They definitely hired some writers that obviously probably...
Oh. I thought you were just going to fall into that.
Nah. Although I wouldn't put it past this game. But they definitely did hire writers that had nothing to do with Trials Evolution before. Like, it's pretty obvious that the budget has been increased drastically for this game.
Missile? No, what?
Nope.
Okay. Just... nom.
You're gone now.
That was really random.
I feel like this whole game is random.
That's a good thing, though.
Yeah, a little bit.
There's more games that need to just have this hint of randomness in it.
Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the questions before we keep ranting about really nothing important at all other than the game itself. If you want us to answer your questions, leave a question down below in the comments. We'll try to answer it in a future voiceover. This question, please give me a shout out in the video. It would be appreciated. No, stop asking. I'm sorry, I had to get that out. If you want your YouTube channels to be more successful, there is only one way to actually be successful.
Better content.
Not better content, just continuously post content, and over time you will get better at what you do. Just keep trying. That's the only thing I can tell you, is just keep doing what you're doing. You will find a viewer base, you will find a fan base, and you'll get more successful as time goes on. There's no surefire instant success way. Like a shout out, I'm just gonna be honest here, a shout out at the most from someone of my subscription amount will only gain you like maybe 10 subscribers more at the most. Like, shoutouts really don't get you anything. I mean, it's nice to get some sort of a recognition from someone you could say you, I guess, look up to in a way. I guess that's too big of a,
honestly,
too much praise, but it doesn't do anything for you. It doesn't help at all. Just keep posting content that's good.
I wouldn't want a shout out from someone I'd look up to or who's even famous. I want it to be from somebody that I at least know and am good friends with.
Well, you gotta get good friends with someone.
Hey, Jared,
somehow.
Can you give me a shout out?
No.
Damn it.
Alright, so next question, let's go ahead and move on. What kind of mouse do you have? I'm using a Logitech G700S. The mouse itself is fantastic, the software is not.
You know what's funny? I heard mouse and I was like, what? You don't have any pets? I'm gonna agree with what he said because I've got a G700, but good Christ, the Logitech gaming software is, well, for lack of a better word, it's possessed. I'm not sure if he's had any problems with it, but like, I've had times where it turns every last one of my buttons, even the left, right, and middle clicks, into multi-key macros. So I'll click, and then I won't be able to do anything else because it's trying to make a macro out of macro keys. And I won't be able to make it go away. I won't be able to change it. I have to literally restart my computer. Then there will be other times where it literally just unbinds every last key. And just, good God, I've had nothing but problems with it.
Now, you have much worse experiences than I do, but I have almost equally as frustrating experiences because they actually fuck me up, pretty much. What happens to the Logitech software is from, I don't know what causes it, but it'll cause like huge lag spikes in my mouse. to where it would just jitter everywhere. And to make things even worse, you know, the Logitech software is also tied into your keyboard as well. Every once in a while, it'll give me ghost inputs, like I will let go of the W key, and then I'll keep walking forward for another 15 feet. When you're playing Battlefield 4, you can't have that happen, especially while you're recording and having a good game. And it happens so frequently to where it's a big issue. I've
had that issue with, I don't want to say certain games. I know I've had the issue before. I'm just not exactly sure what games I had it on. It has been an issue though. And I've seen on their what do you call them?
I gotta interrupt you really quick. So this skill game is pretty interesting. Basically, it tells you what trick to do, and you can see on the bottom right, it shows you how to do it. You do it before you hit the ground, and you go back to get more points. So it is really interesting. This is really where I figured out how to do the tricks, so I'm going to explain it a little bit more in detail here. You see in the bottom right, it just shows the direction or the level, the plane that the motorcycle needs to be facing, and then just the direction that your player is, and that's how you do the trick. It's really, really simple. Like for instance here, the motorcycle needs to be flat, and I need to push up on the right analog stick, and I got the trick done. And I got this one done really quickly before hitting the ground. Like, I was getting super close to the ground there. And this, I'm pretty sure this might have been where I failed. No, it was not. There's one point where I did fail. Yeah, right here is where I failed. I misunderstood what I was supposed to do. I thought I was supposed to do this move and a flip, because that's what it looks like on the bottom right. Not what I'm supposed to do. And I got my face impaled into the sand. But yeah, I still got a gold medal, so, you know, I'll take it. Managed to succeed for a minute before failing horribly. And my face becoming one with the sand. Turned into an ostrich. Anyway, that's been the, I think that's the very last thing of this video, unless I am wrong. So yep, it is. And that should be all the Trials Fusion gameplay I have until Trials Fusion is officially released. And then be expecting the whole Best Trials Evolution maps to come back from the custom map editor. So once that's a thing, you'll be seeing a lot more Trials Evolution. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys later.